Hello, welcome back to the She Strong podcast, a podcast dedicated to uplifting, educating, and empowering women through their fitness journey. I am your host, Portia, and I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. We're about to get into it, an amazing conversation. I have a guest here today, and I'm going to let her get into all the things and introduce herself. But I'm so happy to have her here. She is an amazing powerhouse woman, someone that honestly I look up to. I aspire to be where you are. Not only, obviously, the body. The body is amazing. Not only, obviously, that, but the way you do stuff, the mindset, the role that you play, and who you are. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast with me today. If we can give a round of applause
Thank
for
you
Tasha.
so much for having me. I am Tasha. Under the brand currently training with Tasha is TWT Fitness 2020. I am currently a full-time personal trainer here in the state of Indiana. I'm not originally from here. I was born and raised in Mississippi. I joined the military.
Southern girl.
Southern girl.
Okay.
Listen. But I've had the opportunity to travel all around the world during my military career.
Nice.
So there's really no place I can call home. It's wherever the Lord takes me.
Really?
Wherever I am of service.
Okay.
So I just so happened to retire here in Indy, and that's where I started my TWT Fitness brand here.
Okay.
Geared towards training and educating women on fitness, nutrition, and just pretty much holistic health.
Nice. How long have you been in Indy?
I've been in Indy on and off for over the years. So I first got stationed here after my deployment in 2011, working with DFAS. DFAS is the Defense, Finance, and Accounting Services. Within that, we have Marines, we have Air Force, we have Army, we have civilian personnel that all work together to support the DoD financial services for the entire Army all over the world.
Nice.
So I came here in 2011 as an instructor, an Army instructor. So this is an elite team, right? So they choose specific individuals from all over the Army.
Okay.
The Army's huge.
Yeah.
So I was honored to be chosen to be an instructor to train finance soldiers from all over the world to deploy and both operate here stateside. So I got that gig back in 2011. I ended up going to California in 2013 to work for the Comptroller Division. What the Comptroller Division is, they're like the head department of finances for the entire state of California.
Okay.
So I had a very lucrative military career there as well, but then I got called back to India again. We need you here. At that time, I was pregnant with my son. So thankfully, I did not give birth in California. Nothing against California.
I was about to say, if you would have given birth in California.
I'm always stuck in traffic there. Like I would have probably given birth to my whole in the car. And the reason why I say that is because my son was born early.
Okay.
I was 6 months. So he was born at 24 and a half weeks. And I just can't imagine him being born anywhere else. But long story short, he was born with abnormality. So he was born as an amputee. And what it's called amniotic band syndrome. So when the baby is in the amniotic sac, there are little fibers that surround the amniotic sac. They become detached sometimes, and they wrap around the baby's limbs. And as they're developing, it can cut off circulation. Okay. So little did I know that I was going to go through all of this. So I made it from California to Indy just in time. So that was a very traumatic event for me.
Absolutely.
Fast forward. That's my main motivation today.
Nice.
Seeing him in that NICU changed my entire life when it comes, because I was fit. I was working out every day. I was eating right. I was like, why is this going on with my body?
Right.
So I couldn't really understand it, but fitness really brought me through that. Fitness, prayer, all of those things really kept me motivated to continue to get up and do more, because postpartum depression is a real thing.
Absolutely.
It's a real thing, but people don't really realize the importance of exercising and eating right and how that can change your mentality, having that mental clarity, having the confidence to get my body back to what it needed to be in the military, because there's a whole standard.
Right, yeah.
No matter what you're going through, you have to meet this standard. So that happened. And then in 2018, fast forward, I got stationed out in Arizona. So I'm back and forth to Indy.
Okay.
So I ended up retiring here because during the pandemic, my son had to have a major reconstructive surgery on his amputated leg.
Gotcha.
So we ended up coming back here to Riley's to get that surgery done for him, and he has to go through his recovery.
And this is what year? This is what year
this was 2020.
2020. Okay.
So I went to Arizona in 2018, but during the pandemic, we had to come back over here.
Okay.
For various reasons, but the surgeries was the major reason to do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm towards the end of my career. I'm going to go ahead and stay in place because I'm tired of moving. There's too much going on. Yeah. And so we kind of stay here. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you like Indiana compared to us because you've been traveling. You've been to a couple of different. What do you think about my hometown?
Actually, Indiana is not a bad place. When people make it seem like, oh, I'm bored. I believe that if you stay somewhere a certain amount of time, then you kind of get bored with it. Yeah. But I'm a traveler, and I'm blessed to be here. I'll say that. Yeah. Because, again, I operate within an all-women's fitness gym. Mm-hmm. So the connections that I've made with the women here has changed my life completely. And I'm going to say this. When I first met Fit with Renee, Renee Pillow, Renee Kelly now, back in 2016, she changed my life. Because I've always been fit. Yes. I've always been, oh, you got Angela Bassett arms. I'm like, oh.
And do.
Like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that? But when I saw this group, this group of fit women, I was like, I can be confident in who I am now. Because I can be fit and fine and feminine. Yes, at the same time. That. So Fit with Renee, thank you, because she changed my life. Yes. You know, so I am grateful to be here in Indiana. I love it. I love the connections. I love networking. I love helping women to train their bodies, educating them on nutrition. I'm also a life coach. I teach you how to set goals and conquer those goals. Yes. I'm that girl. Yes. I'm going to motivate you to do better for yourself. And you're going to want to do it for you. Because you got to show up as the best you for whoever you have in your life. So that's important to me.
Yes. Yeah. We're lucky to have you here. We're definitely lucky to have you here. And that's exactly what I was saying. As you know, I've been training for about 8 years now. Mine started off at LA Fitness. So it was a little bit slow. And I was working with like 50-year-old clients, like the seniors. Yeah. And so it was.
I love my seniors.
I love my seniors. I'm about to say, there's no shade to them or anything like that. I love them.
They put me to shame these days.
Listen, I got some older clientele and even my kettlebell class. Yes. And when I tell you they be killing it, and I look at some of my 20-year-olds and I be like, what's your problem? What's your excuse? But I'm building a brand where it's woman focused and it's also mindset coaching. So like life coaching as well. I haven't officially dived into that, but it's something that my heart is telling me that I want to do.
The seed has already been planted.
Yes, it's already been planted. I just feel like it just goes so hand in hand.
It does.
Without the mindset coaching, I've seen so many people have amazing bodies. Have you ever seen that girl who really does have an amazing body, but she's always like maybe talking down on herself, or when you give her a compliment, she can't really just take it?
For all due respect, every bodybuilder I know.
Anybody?
Every single one of them. Yeah. Have the most amazing frame, the most respected sense of discipline I've ever seen. But when they look in the mirror, it's never going to be good enough. And it's just something that, not all of them, because I don't know every bodybuilder, but the ones that I've encountered, they do have those issues. It's like, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're fit, you're disciplined, you're everything everybody wants to be. But if they don't see it for themselves, what do you do?
What do you
Mindset coaching.
Mindset coaching, absolutely.
Much needed.
Much needed, because the whole purpose of this, for me, and that's why people have asked me plenty of times, you should go into, competing and things like that. And I will if it ever comes to my heart that's what I want to do.
You can.
I can if I wanted to. Right. Just so you know, I can step on the stage.
Of course.
But for me, a big part of my fitness journey is building that confidence and that mindset. And I feel like, I'm going to be honest, and excuse my language, I'll be damned if I do all this work, all this disciplined eating the same meals at the scheduled times and working out, and for a judge to be up there and be like, I don't think you're good enough because your tan doesn't look as good as her tan. Or your bikini isn't as good. And I get it. I love the sport. It's an extremist sport.
It really is.
But for me and what I do this for and what keeps me at a safe space mentally, is for mindset into building that, building myself up. So,
and that's why, I'm always confident. I'm sorry if I'm hitting the mic. I'm always telling people, because people always assume that I've competed before. Like, I don't want to disrespect the sport. I've never done that before. I'm not an expert on that, but I got people. I got somebody I can point you to that's done it, that's been through the mental part, the mental aspect of that. But for me, it's all about staying fit. Keyword, staying fit.
Yes.
And my body's been through a lot, still going through a lot that people won't even see. Like, my x-rays do not reflect what you see out here.
Really?
I'm a whole disabled vet.
Okay.
And that's all. That says a lot.
Yeah.
You see what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody would ever know that. What I go through, what my body goes through internally.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing that, again, like you say, you can compete if you wanted to. And I think it's just one of those sports I just watch competitors. My whole timeline is bodybuilders.
Really?
Nutrition and makeup and hair.
Mixed.
That's my whole.
I'm about to say, that's
my whole timeline.
Look at my sport plays. You're gonna see some knotless braids.
Yes.
You're gonna see girls working out.
Yes.
And makeup.
I admire the sport.
Yeah.
So much, and when I take notes from it, like how do we train these women to have that fit body?
Yeah.
To have that confidence that they display on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to feel that. I want them to feel good
on an everyday basis. Every day. Yeah.
So we got to lean more towards sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
So as fitness coaches, we have to really think about, okay, this is going to be a plan that's going to gear you towards getting the body that you want. We're going to transition from that plan to this plan that's going to sustain that. Because maintenance is everything.
Oh my goodness.
These off-season bodies, to me, look amazing. But you can't tell somebody that's been lean that they look amazing.
Oh yeah.
In the off-season.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, you look absolutely. No, I want to be lean. It's unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
Honestly, I'm still trying to get there with that mindset. And sometimes I feel guilty, honestly, as a coach, because I struggle sometimes.
We all do.
Yeah, we all do. And honestly, I get on myself, but that's part of the journey. That's part of the process. You're going to have those moments where you're a little fluffier.
Of course.
Even that time of month. We can all expect that every single month.
Like, you know what? I'm already puffy. I'm going to get my chips.
Right. Right. Might as well. Like,
you got to give yourself grace.
Right.
Like one of my trainers, she always says, you just never swim too far from the shore.
Yes.
You never want to go all the way out and start over again, because we all know where we started when we got to that weight. It's like, never again. Remember that never again, because the work that it takes to get back there.
It's so hard.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Even I have clients, and I did this one time. I was still in the gym, but it was my birthday month. And I'm like, I'm celebrating my whole birthday this whole month, the whole month of January.
Yeah.
So my birthday is in January 13th. So I started like early in the month, like, a week before.
Yeah.
And I was in the gym, but I told myself, like, I'm not going to be stressing about how often I do cardio. I'm not going to be stressing about what I eat. I'm just going to do what I do, which I like being in the gym anyway.
Yes.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. After that month of just like not caring and just being, I didn't gain a lot of weight, but I felt it. I felt like the lack of discipline, even mentally, I felt like you're off. You're off your game. And it took me a solid a month to get back into like, okay, wake up at this time.
Right.
You got to be at the gym at this time. Okay, post-workout meal at this time. I do not recommend taking a break at all.
Absolutely not.
I always have these clients that be like, oh, I got this and this going on. I'm going to take a break and come back in like 2. No. We can drop down and maybe do a virtual session or do one session a week, but completely stepping away from the gym, like you said, never swim too far from the shore. So.
And my friends all know me. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm that friend on vacation. Y'all getting up the workouts?
Yes.
What we doing?
First of all, when I became that girl, I knew I reached a new level in my fitness.
Right.
I reached a new level.
Like on the beach somewhere.
On the beach, when we went to Cancun for my birthday 2 years ago, I took my pre-workout.
Yep.
I took my protein powder. I was taking everything, and my family was getting a little annoyed. They already know what's up with me though. So, but they were like, "Portia, you still at the gym?" I'm like, "I'm almost done. Here I come." They like, "We're trying to go to the pool." I'm like, "I'm coming."
Yeah. And it just feels so good for me when I get up first thing in the morning, hit the beach or the gym for a run or just a good pump session. I feel good.
Yes.
I don't want to be sitting on the beach like this.
That's me. I don't want to be.
I need to feel like I got something going on. You know, just reaching that level, it just says a lot about the level of discipline that you have.
Yeah.
And then I don't force anybody to do anything with me.
Me neither.
I don't say, oh, you need to do this. No, I'm just going to continue to demonstrate it. And when you're ready, come on board.
Come on board. That's like...
This is the life right here.
Yeah,
When you learn how to balance all of those things, it's just an amazing feeling.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like when you try to force people too much, it takes the fun out of it, even for you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, just come on when you're ready.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Okay.
You're right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about training with Tasha and what you're doing right now. And also, how does fitness play in your role as an entrepreneur?
Okay, so first, right now, Train with Tasha is operating as an independent contractor under the Fit with Renee brand.
Okay.
So Fit with Renee has been around for 20 years as of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Thousands and thousands of transformation
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen.
And I get chill bumps just talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Because she's changed so many people's lives, and it's emotional as well. But she's leaving after 20 years, but she's tired. But she's 50-something years young.
Yeah.
And she's walking away. And I was like, okay, I retired at 40. This is the life.
Yeah.
So it just so happened that our paths aligned. And long story short, back when I first started working out with Renee back in 2016, my first or second session, she was like, I'm gonna call you. I said, what'd I do?
Right.
I said, I don't know what I did. I just showed. So I had my consultation with her, and she looked me up and down because if you know Renee, she's very honest.
Okay.
And we need that. She's like an auntie.
I've never met her,
She's
but I hope to
sweetest
get a chance to now.
But she's also like mama, auntie, honest.
Okay.
She gonna let you know when you gain a little bit too much weight and you need to come really back in because she cares.
I'm about to say we need that.
Yeah, we definitely need it. So I went my little skinny because I've always been a bobblehead. I went into the office like, I'm fit. I do cardio. I work out.
Right.
And she was like,
ma'am,
we can pump this out. And I was like, what's wrong with my arms?
Right.
But best to believe I followed that damn plan.
Okay.
And so here's the deal with me in the military. I'm always traveling. The job that I had was as an instructor. You have to travel to Fort Hood, Fort Dix, like all over the country. And so I'm traveling, and I'm so disciplined, right? So she's giving me my plan, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna be here for 3 weeks. He said, so? I said, okay.
Right.
So I'm in a hotel. Like, what hotel we staying at? What they got for breakfast options? What a gym at? I got an Anytime Fitness membership. So wherever we're going to be stationed, I'm going to find the local gym. I'm going to need my own rental car. So I was just that disciplined of a person where it doesn't matter what part of the country I'm in. I have a plan. I'm going to follow that plan to the T. I'm going to eat what I have to eat. I'm going downstairs at the Hilton Hotel. You fix me my omelet. I'm on all vegetables.
Right.
Follow my plan.
Yes.
Oatmeal, no this, no that. So I'm just following the plan to the T, and I got my results traveling.
That's the type of, I always tell my clients, like, if you're not thinking about it ahead of time, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you're traveling, exactly what you did. Call the hotel. What time breakfast start? What are you serving for breakfast? Do I need to leave the hotel?
Yeah.
I love that because that's how you stay on track.
Absolutely. And I think she saw that in me. And she ended up asking me if I wanted to do a photo shoot.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because my schedule was so hectic, I couldn't do it. I had a 1-year-old. I was still fit because I don't play no games. I'm fat. I got to get this weight off me because the military is really hard. You got 4 months to get it together. 4 months. I was like, okay, my body takes a year to heal, but let's see what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And I ended up passing my physical fitness test and losing weight and everything, but mentally I wasn't there. But she saw something in me way back, like second training session. And she asked me to do a photo shoot. I couldn't do the photo shoot. And then months passed by, and we're doing a group photo shoot. Are you going to be able to make this one? And they have like certain events at church where she have all her fittest clients come out and demonstrate exercise, just kind of support the business or whatever. So she would always include me in those things. And she ended up asking me if I wanted to be a trainer. I said, I would love to, but I can't. I'm never here. So even though I was stationed here in India, I was never here. I was just paying rent. And traveling. Yeah. And the government was paying for it, so it wasn't a problem.
Right.
So I was just really heartbroken because I really love training people. Like I used to train her trainers.
Oh, really?
And I didn't even know. So I guess, people talking like, yeah, Tasha, she's a good fit and she's this and that. So the word of mouth got around just by my actions. I didn't have to say nothing.
Wow.
I didn't have to beg nobody. But she saw something special in me, and I appreciate that so much from her. So it ended up transitioning from the pandemic. I was retiring here. She reached out to me and was like, I see you moving on Facebook. You coming back to Indy? I was like, yes, I am. We got to talk. I said, I'm ready.
Right. You already ready.
Know. So our paths aligned just perfectly because she's tired. I'm retiring, but I'm still young, and I still want to help women and men. I'm not just limited to women. I've trained men.
So you open up your doors and train with Tasha is also available to men as well.
Not yet.
But
what I'm saying is I've trained men
gotcha.
from 2004 all the way up to
starting
my business. So this business is primarily going to be focused towards women.
Gotcha.
And there's a specific reason behind that with everything we're going through. And hopefully you have future podcast participants that can talk more about that.
Yes, I would love
about women's health because it's a serious issue right now. So my heart, mind, and soul is all about taking care of my women.
Absolutely, I love that. Yes,
but
then just to know that I do have alliance and community and other people, other women who understand how important this mission is for our women.
Absolutely.
So yes.
But I'm also available to educate men if they're open to listening about how to take care of their health as well, because it's not discriminative. Taking care of your health is about taking care of your health.
Absolutely.
We're all human beings at the end of the day. We're all mothers, wives, husbands, sons, daughters, whatever. So we all have a responsibility to show up as our best self. Absolutely. So that's what I'm continuously educating myself on, fixing me and helping to spread that awareness to others as well. Yeah. So fast forward back to the original point. Okay. I'm here now. You know, I came on board as a trainer in 2020 during the pandemic, doing virtual trainings for Fit with Renee, and the client just kind of gravitated towards my energy because I'm a little crazy. Yeah. And I'm going to own that. Yeah. I'm going to own it. I have a lot of energy without coffee. I have a lot of energy without coffee. 3 o'clock in the morning, just excited for the day.
You should put that on a shirt. I have a lot of energy without coffee. I see it.
I'm just like, I'm excited to be here. Happy Monday, y'all. We about to get it in. They walking in there like the zombies. Right. I was like, y'all better wake up. This ain't it. But by the time they're done with the session, they feel really good.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
That is. I feel like I'm not a morning person. Oh no. And when I had kids, I didn't realize, like I didn't put it together in my head that they're gonna have to go to school one day. Yeah. And when they're starting out in like kindergarten, they can't dress themselves, Portia. Right. They can't take their own self to school. So guess who has to get up with them? Yeah. Me. But it actually has helped me because I love getting to the gym early. I used to be a 10 p.m. girl. I would do my whole day. I would go to work, get off around like 9:30-ish. I always like doing evening work because I wasn't a morning person. So I would always start my day at like 3 p.m. Wow. Go to work, be at work till like 10, get off, go to the gym. I loved it at the time because 10, 11 o'clock, ain't nobody in the gym. Right. It's like your own little playground. Yeah. But then when I switched over to morning sessions, oh, baby, like, I'm never going back to evening, like, 10
a.m. I got the road to myself. I got the gym to myself.
Oh, my
Ain't nobody
goodness.
begging me to do nothing. That's my time of day.
And it just sets the tone for the day.
Yeah,
it sets the tone. When I know that I done got up and did this, and I'm so much more productive when I get my workout done earlier in the day, it just makes me be, like, on go. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. So tell me about Training with Tasha. And obviously, we're already talking about, like, it's for women, but transitioning from being under Fit by Renee's umbrella, how do you separate yourself from that
it already started? It really has already started. Because being able to separate yourself means that I'm able to authentically show up as me under this brand. Yeah. So when the transition happens, I've already made my mark. So now the only thing changing is the title. Right. So the work has been done, and we're just going to continue to work. We're going to continue to keep the community open to people of all ages, sizes, colors, whatever. If your goal is to get healthy and fit and be educated about the why behind that, that's what we're here for. Okay. And I want to connect with people all over the city, other women trainers, other life coaches, other yoga practitioners, because this is an allied health professional. We're all professionals in this industry. So we have an obligation to help everybody. I'm not for everybody, but I would gladly refer to somebody that's going to be a good fit for you. Yes. I ain't losing no sleep because at the end of the day, you're taking care of you, but it's just not going to be with me, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. And we got to be okay with that.
We got to.
You know, you can't harp over people. You know how many people in this city that can use some help?
Yeah. I was literally telling my husband, like, I follow all the fitness trainers and professionals, yoga, whatever it is here, and everybody has their own clientele. Everybody's booked and busy. And there's enough people looking for help that we all can win. And yes, it's so many. And I'm just really proud.
Let's talk about online. I do online coaching as well.
Okay.
Like people are we have ex-professional athletes that are reaching out to me. Nice. I said, who?
Okay.
But then I have to remember who I am. Yeah. And what I've done, the work that I put in. I have the knowledge and education to help you change your body and train your body. You're not just playing sports anymore. You're all about the vanity. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. But if you're looking for a more holistic approach, I got you. And I'm not going to say we got you, because I have a whole team. Like, I work with orthopedic specialists, physical therapists, chiropractors. It's a team effort. So we got to get ourselves out there and network with more people and realize that we're in this together. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what Fit with Renee, Train with Tasha will be about. Okay. Just connecting all the women in the community to be more fit, more healthy, more mindful of their eating habits, and more mindful of why they're training. Because as a caregiver, looking good is a great thing. But I need to be strong. My kid is growing and he's heavy.
Yeah.
So when you see me going hard in the gym, know that my why is completely different from everybody else.
Yes.
You know, so.
Let's talk about your why, because I feel like without that, one, I know your why is what gets you up in the morning. It would drive you to be so disciplined and do all the things that you're doing. Yeah. But it's a lot of women out there who approach the fitness journey with their why being more aesthetics, you know, more about the body. But let's talk about why it's important to have go a little deeper than that in your why and what gets you going every morning.
Yeah. Well, first I want to say there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to feel good and look good and be confident. Yeah. So for those women who do have those unique journeys where they want to be more aesthetically pleasing, we're here for that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, like you said, the mindset matters because you can look good on the outside but not feel good on the inside. So my why started way back in, I think I was 22. My dad had his first heart attack at 45.
Okay.
I said, well, I'm 40, over 40. I'm saying my age, but I'm over 40 right now. And that's scary. Why are you having a heart attack? You're skinny. You're fit.
Right.
He wasn't eating clean. Like, we didn't grow up like that in Mississippi. We eat.
Right. That southern food.
Yeah. And so that encouraged me to get my cardiovascular health in order, along with the military, of course. But today's Father's Day. And I'm remembering him because he passed away in 2019. So there's a lot that transitioned from that point. And cardiac arrest in his sleep. So just being able to encourage and inspire people to get their health together, to be proactive in it. Yeah. You can't prevent genetic disorders. Yeah. But you can prevent a lot of illnesses that we have in today by just simply being active and making better choices with the nutrition. So that's my number one why. Okay. Then I had my son. Okay. And the fact that he came into this world at a disadvantage. And I don't mean to throw that in anybody's face, but I tell my clients all the time, you crying about a split squat, but at least you have another leg to squat on. Yeah. And I was like, that still made me feel bad. I was like, you got to be grateful to be able to move. Absolutely. He doesn't have that opportunity. Yeah. He would never have it. Yeah. He's never going to have the opportunity to sit at the beach with his friends and play in the water and do regular kid things, because on top of his physical situation, he has autism. Okay. So that's the developmental delays. He's nonverbal. He doesn't speak. He can't communicate. So he has no friends. So we were asking before the podcast about his birthday. It's us. Yeah. You know, I have good friends and they have children, but children want to talk to people. Yeah. They want to talk with their friends and play with their friends and do all these things, but you can't force a child to do that. Right. But you can't force them to be nice and respectful about differences. So he really doesn't have anybody. So I'm making my habit every single day to be grateful when I wake up. Yeah. And 3 o'clock is nothing for me. Okay. Because imagine waking up every day of your life not being able to take care of yourself and needing somebody else to help. I said, let me get my ass up. Yeah. Yeah. And do what I can do. So he's my why as well. And then I have family. Family don't really take care of themselves. So I got to change the generational habits that we've adopted over the years. You know, I just got to make better choices. Yeah. I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing different. I'm not judging you when I come home because I'm going to eat like a fat girl too. Right. I'm going home to eat my collard greens and cornbread. And I'm not going to do it every day. Right, yeah. But I want to enjoy that time because that's how we grew up. We love to enjoy and spend time and celebrate using food. And I'm going to do that, but I have to make sure that I have a balance in my life. Yeah. Because it makes me feel better when I make better choices. Right. So, yeah. It's a balance. Yeah. I want to give you applause and commend you on what you're doing, first of all, not only as a mother, because as a mother, we all know that it is hard, you know, just navigating all that goes into it. But then you have those extra things that you have to consider with your son. Yeah. And so just to see how successful you are, how disciplined you are. I see you in the gym. She's going hard. You're not in there socializing, or you're not in there using it as an hour to do your social media posts, you know, and that's fine because y'all gonna see every now right. I'm about to say y'all gonna see me in the mirror doing my little posts, but we really in there doing work, and you have so much on your plate, and you know, a lot of times it is good not to throw it in anyone's face or anything, but sometimes people find excuses, you know, and there was a point in my journey where I had to be like, is it impossible? Or is it just really hard? Because if it's hard, that's one thing. If it's impossible, that's another thing. And we got to realize that our bodies, most of us,
can do a lot more than what we think we can do.
Oh, yeah.
And we limit ourselves by making excuses.
Yeah.
And so you talking about like getting up at 3 a.m. and all the things, telling other people like the split squat should be nothing because there's some people out here that will never be able to do this. And you get the opportunity to wake up and celebrate your body. Yeah. That's what I kind of think of it as. Like I get the opportunity to wake up and celebrate and see what I can do. Yeah. People sometimes think I'm crazy because I like to do the heavy squats, kettlebells, the challenging things. It feels amazing because I'm proving to myself every day that I can do something very challenging that maybe before I didn't think I could do. So it's an amazing feeling. Thank you so much for being that example.
I appreciate it.
So let's talk a little bit about before, hold on, let me start. Get this hair on my lash.
It happens. I'm just like over here like.
Right. Before Fit by Renee, you weren't doing any training. You were just military, right?
I was training in the military.
Training in the military. Yes. Were you training and you were training other people?
Training other soldiers.
Okay. So you had that background.
Yeah, I've been training soldiers since 2004.
Okay.
Both men and women.
Ooh, shit.
So anytime we would like deploy or I get to a different duty station or whatever, it's like a couple of soldiers that need help. Younger soldiers, oddly enough. And it's like, oh, Miller, get them together. I said, who? I said, I guess I am. And when I started working with them about changing their diets, it's crazy because I was like, I didn't know anything about nutrition, but I knew that you had to eat better than what you're doing.
Right.
You got to drop this weight because if you don't drop this weight, if you don't start passing your physical fitness test, you're going to get kicked out. You're going to lose all these benefits. You got free college, free Medicare, healthcare, housing, free schooling for your children. If you play the part, you can get all these benefits. Why throw it away because of a couple of pounds? Yeah. And a couple of inches.
Right.
And not being able to pass the easiest test. All you're doing is push-ups, sit-ups, and run back in the day. That's all you got to do. So meet me here at 4 a.m. and we're going to get it in. And every single one of them has surpassed what they couldn't do before. So they started overachieving in those areas and they started passing the torch on to other soldiers. So it's like a ripple effect. Yeah. Miller taught me this, now go pay it forward. Because we got to keep it together.
Right.
You know.
Right. So what was that transition like from training military people to going and training your everyday woman?
It was humbling because I walked up and I was like, this is fit with Renee. They got it. Pow.
Right.
Renee was like, nope, we older women, our knees hurt, we got bad hips. I was like, okay, well, let me just sit back and observe. And I just watched. And the training methodologies, I hope that's the correct word I'm using, was completely different. And I was like, okay, I see what she's doing. She's an educator first.
Yes.
And then she's teaching these women how to, again, that's the key word with TWT Fitness, train with Tasha, not work out. Because anybody can work out.
Ooh.
But when you truly learn how to train your body.
When you learn how to train
your mind.
I honestly, guess what? What? I had realized that I've been working out, and even though I'm going hard, I'm thinking like, this is. It's not even training. I think I spent after having my son, because I feel like that was just prior to that, I was always in an athlete mode, and so that training is different.
It is,
but when I was training to lose weight, to feel better, I developed gestational diabetes, and I wanted to make sure that was gone after having my baby and everything like that. I realized like I've literally been working out. I haven't been training, and there's a difference.
It's a difference.
What do you think the difference is?
It really is a difference. So for me, it's about understanding why we're doing what we're doing, right? I can go run 2 miles and I can run it really fast, right? But can I get into a gym, do a pull-up, and contract the muscles that's going to support that compound movement? That's a difference. I can go to CrossFit and kipple, and I love the sport itself, no disrespect to anybody. I can pull myself up. But if I can brace myself, sit my shoulders down and back, and activate my back muscle to pull myself up, I'm utilizing every single muscle to support a movement. That matters to me. Because when we're helping people that are helpless, if you don't brace yourself and take your time to help them,
right,
you're going to hurt yourself. So training became more important than working out for me. Because I realized that it just take me to sneeze once. I'm going to piss on myself. I'm sorry if that's too much. Because I'm getting older.
Yeah, you know, it's real.
My back cramp up. I was like, what just, I'm like, whoa.
Right.
I'm old. Like, I'm officially old. So you got to really think about what you're doing and why you're doing it as you're doing it. So when I'm picking my son up, I have to split stance. I got to put my arm under his. I got to brace my core. And then I got to pick him up.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was like, come on. Ooh. I was like, oh, shit.
Right.
So you got to really think about, don't laugh at me. You got to really think about why you're doing something. So training has helped me to hone in on that muscle-mind connection.
Yeah.
And realize that my muscles are to be utilized as they are intended to. All this overcompensating and injuries is so unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
So when we learn how the body operates and what each muscle group is intended to support, which is the overall bigger structure, then we learn how to train properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that's the reason why it's so important to get a good trainer.
Tell me about it.
Because we're not a workout partner. We can be if you want to meet me like just up here, but an actual trainer, and then going past that, what I believe you are as a coach. Because a coach, I feel, help you through that lifestyle kind of mindset and all that stuff. But let's just get back down to the trainer level.
Yeah.
If a good trainer doesn't understand what it means to train versus working out, you're going to have injury. You're probably have some results, because I think just moving in general, you're going to have some results.
That's the selling point.
But then you have those people who've been with their trainer for a year, 2 years, and not much has happened. Yeah, we've dropped, 10 pounds or so.
That's science work.
Right.
Weight loss.
But when
building.
When you have somebody who knows what training looks like, and they say, hey, like Renee said, your shoulders, your arms, or whatever it may be, that can be.
She's like, I know what that muscle is capable of doing. Let me show you.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, I'm here.
Right.
Like, I'm in.
Let's do it.
It's different than just doing busy work. Just slapping stuff up. I was like, I got an injury from a vehicle rollover in 2009. This shoulder don't act like it's supposed to act. But I learned how to use it to support that joint. Game changing.
I
said, let me get my pain-free mobility certification, because I'm going to teach people how to move better. So I'm always educating myself on how and who I should be working with. People with gestational diabetes, people with limited mobility. I have an obligation as a trainer to educate myself on those things so I can help a variety of people that's coming to my spot, because I ain't turning nobody away.
Right.
Everybody going to benefit here. But everybody in that studio has a different journey. Yes, we do group training, but I have had a conversation with you, so I know what you're doing. I know what you're working for. Don't tell me your goals and you got this little weight. You told me something different. Exactly. That's what we're not going to do.
That's what we're not going to do. Some of my clients be like,
I tell you my goals. You should have told me.
Right. So when I do my assessments, we take about 30 minutes to talk about your goals, your history, your background, because I want to know. I'm going to use that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
When you're having those moments where you don't want to do it, or you're thinking about canceling that session, but you told me your goal.
Yeah.
And you told me this is what you're dealing with, whether it's anxiety, whether it's the hormonal issues and things like that. Skipping days in the gym ain't gonna get you there. And so I love your mindset. Listen, that's how you know. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate if a trainer is good or not.
Yeah.
Because we can get on YouTube and copy a workout on YouTube and apply it to every client, right? And it might look good.
Yeah.
But if that client is dealing with some stuff that workout isn't suitable for that client, then it's not a good trainer. It's not a good workout.
Right.
And that's why some people come to me and they'll be like, hey, Portia, should I be doing this? Or those videos that say this split squat will be the number one move you need to build a butt. But what if that girl got some knee issues?
Right. And if you look at the science behind it, it's so funny. I see stuff like that all the time. Everybody's hips are built differently. Yeah. So if you go to the anatomical level and realize that everybody's squat gonna look different. If you have a tall person squatting versus a short person squat, it's gonna look different. Some people's squat is gonna be a little more narrow than others. So you can't say this is right and this is wrong. It doesn't make any sense. All of it matters.
All of it matters.
Like, all of it matters. But you got to be really in tune with who you're working with to give that type of advice. But this generalized stuff on social media, my thumb game is strong.
Right.
I'm like, slow down. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I want somebody to really sit down and talk about what we're doing, why we're doing it, what's going to benefit this person, because this person is different from that person. But you have to be in tune with that.
Oh my goodness.
It's not about the numbers. And it's about the numbers for some people. Some people get really excited about a lot of followers. I'm not that person. I know that my capabilities, I'm not trying to train a lot of people.
We talked about the transition from training military to coming in and training the non-military.
Yeah, that was humbling. Again, coming from that background, I was like, we got goals because we're a team. But coming into an environment where everybody's unique and has their own goals, you got to really think about who you're working with and what their why is.
Okay.
It's not an not organization-driven physical training.
Right.
Everybody's different. So we're not all training towards a common goal. It's unique based on the client.
Okay.
So we do have clients there. You're going to see clients within our facility that have been coming for years and you're not seeing changes with their bodies because mentally, that's it for them. They're just grateful to beat cancer. They're grateful for their blood work to look different.
Right.
You know, they're grateful to still be alive in some instances. So the fact that they're a part of this community and they're getting up every single day and moving their bodies, that's enough for them.
I do love what you just said as far as sometimes you will have clients with you that have been with you for a long time. Yeah. And, you know, some things are shaking physically, but it's not the biggest transformation. But they are happy to be there because the blood work, anxiety is gone.
Yes.
Oh my God, I have a client, and I'm not going to say too much detail or anything, but she came to me and she was just dealing with things mentally, as a lot of us do.
Right.
And she worked from home. She's at home all day, not really having that social aspect. And she needed an outlet. And she wanted the gym to be that outlet. And so she came to the gym. She's had amazing results. Physically, you can tell. But she's not even there for that. Yeah. She's there to not go back to that space. Right. And when I see her and she's so different too. I can tell as a trainer because she used to come in with those days where she would have those moments. You could just tell she would try to push through the workout, but maybe she'll have like a little breakdown.
Of course.
Or you could just tell, like, even if it wasn't a full breakdown, you could tell she wasn't mentally there.
Right.
Now she come in, she want to know what we doing. Can we up the weight?
Yeah.
A different light around her.
Absolutely.
And I love it. So I could care less about if the scale is going down. We do our check-ins, but really at the end of the day, when she keeps showing up week to week and that mood and that light and that spirit is just elevated, that's all I care about.
It matters.
That's
the
bigger
mental clarity is just as important as the aesthetics.
Yes.
People don't realize that. And then we're going to run across certain clients that have neurodivergent personalities, right? So you have adult women that are on the spectrum. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with them. I'm a whole expert now because my son and taught me so much.
I mean, hey.
And I realized that, okay, she got OCD. Okay, this person has anxiety disorder. This person doesn't like to have people close to them. You have to see those things. You have to ask questions. And you make a way for everybody to feel a part of the community and still meet their goals. You have to be a good trainer. You have to be very vigilant in who you're working with. So that's also important. Again, there's a difference between working out and training. Because these people, without this community, they're going to be eating bad things. They're going to be stuck in the house all day. But getting outside does so much for them. So I'm like, that scale.
Yeah.
Really. I just want you to feel good today. We're going to take it one step at a time. What we working on this week? I don't even say good morning, how you doing? I say, how you feeling today? Yeah. What something I need to be aware of today? You feeling a little down today? I'm gonna leave you alone because you know I'm crazy. And they laugh. We laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you be in your space today.
Yeah.
I need for you to partner with her because she needs to be by herself today.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of those things. Because I want everybody to feel a part. I'm not that person to exclude anybody. And there's a whole little rumor, so to speak, about cult-like mentalities within organizations, or especially with Renee. It's not a cult. It's a bunch of women with similar goals that have found they found companionship in each other. And it looks cult-like, but if you know the stories behind it, like we literally have a client that just, she's beautiful and fit. She fell in the gym and broke her hip. Let me tell you what happens when something bad happens to any one of our clients. We pull together our resources, and that person never has to ask or want for anything. Now, if you want to call it a cult, go ahead. Right. We take care of each other. And that's the beauty that I love about this community, because If one woman is not feeling a certain way, we're going to bring her food. She's going to never have to ask for a meal. We're going to the grocery store. You're getting thousands of dollars in your bank account within minutes. Like, we take care of each other.
How do I sign up? I'm just playing.
You already in.
Right.
You already in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about the community aspect for me. You think about community, you don't exclude nobody.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even in a situation to have that exclusive mindset because of who my son is.
Yeah.
My why.
Uh-huh.
He's already excluded in his world. You think I want other people to feel the way he feels?
Yeah.
Even though he can't communicate it, I know that he can benefit from having friendships and companionships outside of mom. I know I get on his nerves. But he's going to get there when he get there. God don't make any mistakes.
God does not make any mistakes.
We are where we're supposed to be, and I'm supposed to be his mom, and he's supposed to be my greatest teacher.
I look at you and I look at how strong you are and your background, just military and everything, even, before having your son. And it just, speaks to me and just say, God doesn't make any mistakes. And he knew that you have the strength, the love, the discipline, the heart for this. Yeah. I don't think everyone can do it, honestly. Yeah. It's not an easy job. Yeah. And just how strong you are physically and mentally just shows that your son is in great hands. Yeah. He's in really
some
great
days
hands.
I'm like, I'm in distress. Like, save me now.
Right.
Some days I have those moments, but I prioritize self-care. I'm strong on my self-care. Yeah. I would do not disturb. Listen.
Real quick.
Yeah, real quick. And people get offended, but once you start having those boundaries and letting people know, like, I'm exhausted. I need you to respect my boundaries at this point.
10
I don't have it.
10 p.m. is my cutoff time.
That part.
We will talk about what you can eat, nutrition. We will talk about training. Yeah. But after 10 p.m., I want to take that last hour or whatever I have with my family or myself and chill. So with the clients, even family. My sister knows. My mama get a little irritated with me.
Of course.
But my sister knows. She be calling me. It'd be like 9:30 or 9:40. She'd be like, I know I'm cutting it close, but I'm like, yeah, you cutting it close. You got 20 minutes. What's up?
Yeah.
But you do have to prioritize that self-care because one, we walk in our strength all the time. Especially being like the trainers, the ones we get paid, honestly, to be stronger than the next person, to motivate them. And so sometimes it does feel good to be soft.
It does.
To be taken care of.
Life.
Yes.
I'm all about that life. I am not, I don't want to know. Yeah. Certain things I had to do in life because I had to do it. I didn't ask for it, but I'm a very resilient person because my question that I always ask is, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
It really boils down to that. If I don't show up for me, who's going to do it? I was the only person that showed up for me. So I taught other people how to treat me.
Yeah.
And I teach my friends how to show up for themselves just by demonstrating those things. I don't force nobody to do nothing, but I'm going to encourage the hell out of you.
What's some advice that you have for young trainers, female trainers? I know for me, you did it military and you came in working with Fit by Renee. Now you're going into Train with Tasha, which has always been there. But what are some tips that you'll give someone in my stage, someone in a stage that's a little bit more fresh to the training game, do's and don'ts, things to elevate the training experience for the client? Okay.
Well, the key word here is for the client, right? So if you're a trainer out there, you got to figure out your why. Why are you in this industry? What are your goals? What type of people are you looking to help? And are you educating yourself on the things that you need to know to help that person? Because I think education is a lifelong journey. I have multiple degrees. Thanks to the military, paid all that. I ain't got no student loan debt.
Amen.
But what are those degrees if I'm not practical in my efforts, right? So think about who you are, your why, and be client-centered. Give your clients what they need by being your best version of you. So that means you got to continuously educate yourself. You got to build a type of environment or climate that's going to support your goals and their goals. Is it easy? No. But you can do all things. You can be a wife and a mother and an entrepreneur. But one of the things I've read is that most successful entrepreneurs do what? They wake up early in the morning. They have strong ass boundaries. And they prioritize things, right? So having your do not disturb on for your family time, that's important. I'm not a sleep when I die type of person.
Oh, me neither.
I'm here right now.
Right.
And when it comes to training or just being mentally sound, recovery and rest is important. Yeah, I gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Your trainer is not on call 24/7.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the fact that they need to recoup and they have a whole life outside of that. But when we here, we present.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to understand as a trainer how you choose to show up in whatever it is you're doing and just be willing to grow.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the things that I plan on doing moving forward, the same thing that Renee has done for me, is to open up the door for younger trainers or newer trainers to come in and have mentorship. Ask all the questions you want. Get to see how this environment is running and see is this something that you truly are willing to be in for the long haul.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that. When I first started, so I told you I started at LA Fitness, right? And there wasn't really much like mentorship.
Right.
You kind of got on the gym floor and they told you to go kind of like look around and kind of approach people. So fast forward to 2022 is when I officially started working in a private gym. And in that setting, I had a little bit of mentorship, but I didn't have anyone saying like, listen, Portia, you don't, sit down. I mean, that's just something I have picked up and learned myself.
Right.
I would prefer not to have my client over there bench pressing and I'm sitting over here. You be present. And so I educate myself a lot on ways to grow as a trainer. But I would love to have a mentor so I think that's great as any up and coming trainers coming into Train with Tasha to have you there to kind of guide them. Because there's so many things that you don't know that you think you know.
Yeah.
Or you don't think you might be able to deal with.
Yeah. Until
somebody just give you like,
you don't know what you don't know. But I think that for me, I've always held myself accountable. I have an obligation at this point. To share knowledge.
Right.
I don't know how to hold stuff in. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh my goodness, people are so stingy with the knowledge.
I don't know. Because you ain't that smart. I'm sorry. Cut that out. No. But, knowledge is free game.
Oh,
but when you have somebody that had that experience, you got to make yourself useful while you're here on this earth, right? What's the point of gathering all these things and all of this knowledge and experiences you're not willing to share and pass that down so it can continuously go and grow?
Do you think it's like an insecurity thing?
Absolutely.
Because why do you know something? And we could be, and I understand that I don't think of nobody as competition. Because what we talked about earlier, there's so many people.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. There's so many people that need help. And you telling me this little tool or this little nugget or whatever it may be is not going to push me so far past you that now no one's ever going to book you anymore. They're only going to come to me because you didn't gave me this little piece of information, by the way, that you probably have already been applying and I'm just now getting.
Yeah.
So I think it's really weird.
And then having that mindset, longevity is the goal for me. It's the goal for me, but it's not the end all.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to be a trainer forever.
Uh-huh.
But passing knowledge on to somebody that's going to
pick it up. Yeah. Make it make sense.
I want that. I want people to go out and do good things in the community because when the community is better, we all get better. We have children that are growing up and going out into the world. And I don't mean to get off topic or whatever, but as a life coach, and you're talking to people about setting goals and everything, a lot of people are really, really quick to diminish their own value. They don't know the power that they have to change your life. And they don't understand the tertiary effects that comes from being a decent human being and raising decent human beings that's going to go out into the world and interact with other human beings. It all plays a role.
It all does.
But it starts with us. So being a human being and being a decent person is going to go longer than just trying to go out for the money. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
The money is always going to be there. You can make money doing a lot of things. But if you're not a decent person, then first of all, I don't want to work under you. I don't want to work for you. I don't want to work with you. It just ain't going to work out because the way my character is set up, it ain't going to work out.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Again, I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me, but I'm going to be successful in this life because of who I am. So I don't have anything to hold back. I want to push it out because I ain't going to be here forever. I want to retire.
Yeah.
I'm training my next person already.
Right.
Because of who I am.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to me either.
It's a mess.
I can't.
I wish we had more
knowledge.
people.
Who is that helping?
Some people be as petty not to even tell you where they got their workout outfit from. Just stupid stuff. Or if they have a vendor or something. Now I understand, I did all this work to get to where I am and to get this knowledge, maybe you have to do some work too.
I'm sorry, but unless you're pioneering something, it's already been done.
It's already been done.
So stop pretending like you made it up. You know.
Right. Man, I'm not
okay.
Real quick. At my other gym, they used to be so petty as to like, if somebody would do the same workout they see somebody else do, then they would be mad. Like, oh, he stole my workout, or she stole my workout, or she's doing this with her client. And I would think to myself, okay, sometimes that can be, because now you got a trainer who don't know what they're doing. If they're looking at every little thing that you're doing and applying it to every one of their clients, then, but you did not make up that move, sir. That squat, that deadlift, that burpee, or whatever it is that you're mad that they just did with their client.
And that's crazy, because even with your trainer, Derek, amazing trainer, amazing guy, right? I've worked out with him, and he's utilized some of what I implemented in our workout with his clients, and that made me happy, not bitter.
Yeah.
Like, you're passing on good knowledge, and you're having your clients apply that to their workout regimens. That's a good thing, because you're helping people to be more mobile, more functional, more stronger. So why would that be an issue? Girl, don't get me started.
Weird. It's just weird energy.
Yeah, just keep that over there.
Yeah, keep it over there. And I feel like it's contradictory. It's contradictory, whatever, in the fitness world, because I feel like our whole purpose is to help other people.
It is.
To get people from point A to point B in a healthier way. Sitting back, judging people, worried about, that goes against everything that we're trying to do and trying to push our clients to do. Who cares if someone's seen that move that you did and they liked it so much that they want to do it with their client?
It's a compliment,
It's honestly a compliment. It's a compliment. Yeah, because they see something in you that they're like, you know what? That looks amazing. That works. And so I always tell people, like, don't worry about that stuff. It ain't yours. You can't copyright the move.
It's called a movement pattern for a reason, and you don't own it.
And it's science.
So it's okay. I've seen that a lot.
Yes.
If I see something I like, I'm using it. So
me too.
Know that.
I be on the internet, and now I'm trained and educated enough to know if that's just working out and this is training, or if this is just a whole bunch of moving around. But if I see something good and I'm like, okay, this might engage my glutes a little bit more, this might engage a muscle that I wasn't thinking about, I will definitely go into the gym and try to.
Absolutely. And that's something you just said as a trainer. You're going to try stuff before you tell your clients.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because we don't want to
like, we're going to do this right here. I was like, well, I did it.
Have you ever seen that thing where, you can hit your glutes a little bit more if you put your foot up on the wall while you're like deadlifting, and it takes like the balance and the core out of it, and now you're only using that side of your glute. So I did it. It was stupid to me.
Yeah.
So I went back and was like, noted. I'm not going to put that in any of my clients' things.
Because you have to feel what you're going to having your clients doing.
Right. So. And why do we want to take the core work out of it? You know what I mean? You want, maybe let's go down and wait or something.
Right.
Before we decide that we don't want to use our core to lift weights.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't either.
That's interesting. It's just your stability.
Right. You want to use your core. How do
you not use your core while you're lifting weights? Like, make that make sense.
Some people pull out the bench. They'll be like, okay, get on the bench and do it from the bench. Now you don't have to use your core. You're always going to use your core.
Always.
You're always.
And that's the part about just educating yourself and knowing how to properly train your body. Yeah, because the core, people think it's just a six pack. Oh no.
I be telling people, like, you got your superficial.
Right.
Then you got your deep core muscles.
Yeah.
And the deep and the stabilizing ones are the ones that you really should be concerned about, because those are the ones that help you with your everyday movement and your everyday function.
Absolutely.
And as we get older and as things, naturally starts to kind of break down in a way, we want to make sure that our center and our core is the foundation for our strength, basically. It doesn't make sense to have amazing glutes, which, we all want as women, and you got a core that's making your back hurt, so you can't really train your glutes the way you want to, because you can't squat, or you can't do this or that. It's backwards. We have to not run away from training the full body.
Right.
I think sometimes those tactics are to be like, to make us feel like we can achieve results faster by skipping this, skipping that, not doing upper body, not focusing on your core, get on the bench, but it doesn't work.
I think the end all be all when it comes to the mental aspect of training and dealing with clients and helping them to develop a mindset of why they're doing it is going to play a huge piece in that. Because when you focus on what they call social conditioning and wanting to just look a certain way, you know, the surgeries or whatever, to each his own. If you want to feel good about yourself, by all means have surgery. But if you want to look good and fit, I'll say that, look good and fit, it just requires a lot more effort with that. And you have to realize that spot training is non-existent. It's not the way the body functions.
No.
Nothing. They say isolation exercises. There's no true isolation exercise.
No.
It doesn't make any sense because every single every single muscle is going to be supporting another muscle. Everybody's going to be available to support that one movement. And I say everybody, every muscle. Like a squat is a compound movement. What does a compound movement mean? It means that your core is engaged, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your ankle mobility and flexibility, your knees, everything supports this one movement. So what are we isolating again?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. Even when you're doing your hip thrust. Try doing a hip thrust with a weak core. Tell me what they look like. Lower back pain.
Yes.
And now we got to come to class. You can't do nothing because your back hurt.
Right.
So it's really important to understand how the body functions as a whole.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Any nuggets, any things that you would like to give to women who are entrepreneurs or just business women about navigating fitness, balancing it all through the business, through the ups and downs of life, and just getting through it all?
Just do it. You really do just have to make your mind up that this is what you want and you have to work for it. When it comes to balancing, it depends on what that balance looks like for you. Prioritization is key. You figure out what's important. And then you make a list and you prioritize what you're going to be handling every day. For some people, it's going to be family, because I am nothing without my family. Is it worth being in the gym 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if I don't have connection with my family?
No.
So you got to try to figure out what's going to be prioritized and making sure you're communicating with your friends and your family about what your goals are, and make sure that everybody's on board, because I think it takes a village. It really does take a village. I can't imagine being, first of all, I won't be in the gym where I'm working now without my son.
Yeah.
Like, he's a part of me. And the thing about that is that Renee understood that. I'm a single parent right now. He has a father, but I'm present with him every day, all day. You know, when I'm
so
not.
So he comes to the gym with you?
He comes to the gym with me.
Okay.
He has to.
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch him? He's special needs.
Yeah.
That's not anybody can watch him. He's nonverbal. I'm like, how was your day? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Did anybody touch you?
Right.
So you have to think about those things. You know, his needs are uncommunicated. And if you can't find somebody that's going to care for him, that understands that, and it's difficult. So get in the car.
Yeah.
Let's go. But he has his own little office, his own little setup.
Nice. Yes. He's used to the routine and
He's
everything.
Good. And it's good for him to see that.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, I bring my daughter to she does my kettlebell class.
Yes.
I bring my kids with me as much as I can because I want them to actually see an example of what mommy do when I'm not with you. What am I going to do? How am I make my son? He's so funny because every time I leave out of the house now, he's like, "Mama, go make us some money." I'm like,
I love it.
Yeah, but my daughter, one time I come home from the gym and I'm looking for her. She's in her room doing a workout, squatting, and she's looking at a YouTube video. She put it on herself, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" or whatever. She's like, "Her stomach hurt," and she knew working out would probably help her stomach feel better.
I love it.
But
they're watching.
Yeah, they're watching. They're just literally sitting around listening and hearing and seeing the things that I do or whatever, and they're implementing it into their lives without me having to say anything.
Yeah.
So I love that you get to bring him to work with you.
Yeah.
He sees that he's around other powerful, strong women.
The aunties, I like to call
aunties. You got a whole bunch of aunties.
While I go demonstrate these exercises, because he's quick with it too.
Really?
Listen, you turn your back one time, he's gonna destroy everything. I got Renee's office rigged. I was like, you don't touch nothing. We're gonna have duct tape on stuff. Don't touch nothing. So, yeah, it's just, again, I prioritize his well-being.
Okay.
And that's why I show up. I'm able to show up for others. And they know that.
Mm-hmm.
They know that I have to be the way that I am because of how passionate I am about what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for, you know.
Do other women bring, is it family friendly?
Ain't no family friendly. I ain't say all that.
Okay, right. So let's get something straight real quick.
We ain't got the room and the space right now.
Okay.
But I would love for it to be that way. But again, it takes a lot when you're a business owner to take upon that liability.
Yes.
So it just all depends on how you want to run your facility. It's full. You're fully capable of doing so.
Okay.
And I've seen so many amazing gym owners that have that child care in bed, like child care where the children aren't.
Right.
You know,
right, real
just
child
running
care.
around because
Right.
it is a liability as a business owner. So you got to make sure you have a safe space for everybody.
Yeah. In the future, I would love to have a gym or be a part of a space where we do have maybe a fit zone for kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They can be over there and they can do what they do, but they also are in an environment, because I feel like I play sports, but I do feel like a lot of people around me weren't ever introduced to like true fitness and training until they're overweight or maybe they're dealing with some health conditions. So I want my kids to know the gym and it not be anything foreign to them.
Exactly.
You know, they just know how to pick up whenever they need it or want to make it a part of their everyday lifestyle.
I love that.
Yes. So what can we expect going forward with Training with Tasha? How can anyone sign up or connect with you if they want, whether it's a client or whether it's a young trainer who wants mentorship and wants guidance? How can we reach you?
So Training with Tasha is currently under transition right now.
Okay.
Meaning that because we're still operating under the Fit with Renee umbrella, I'm very careful to respect her business as well as grow my business at the same time. However, if you want to train with me, you can still go on MindBody under the Fit with Renee brand and sign up for a class, either strength training class, full body strength training, change your life. And we have our body sculpt classes, which is more of a high intensity class. And then we just brought a new trainer on board to do the balance classes, which is a killer within itself. You know, people look at alternative ways of training your body for cardiovascular reasons as, oh, that's not real training. Every movement counts. So you want to make sure you have that space available, and then you have qualified trainers that's in your space to give people what they want. At the end of the day, it's about what's going to keep people moving and keep them healthy. So we have a lot of different things coming up. We have a couple of challenges coming up for the summer months, the fall months, wintertime. We go hard. We go heavy on the nutrition. We start building muscle because when the springtime comes, we know how to tweak our diets and we know how to shed. So all the work you put in, you can see it. Like that's what we want.
Flex on.
You know, and so just keep an eye out on MindBody. You can go under either the TWT Fitness 2020 on IG. So follow me. And we have the Fit with Renee Health and Wellness community page as well on Facebook, where you can follow for just more amazing transformations that we're continuously doing on a month-by-month basis. So.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing your story, sharing all your wisdom. It was amazing sitting down talking to you. Oh. And we will definitely do this again.
Of course.
I will definitely be over to train with you and check out some of your group classes.
Yeah.
As you know, our training schedules are similar.
It's the same for everybody.
It's the same for everybody.
I can't be over there. I can't be here.
It's so many amazing like classes and women that I want to like kind of connect with. But the way these clients have us in a chokehold right now, we have to do what we got to do.
We got to get the work in.
Yes,
so it's
but
all good.
We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to this episode on the She Strong podcast. It has been amazing. Come back again. We will have more topics and more things to dive into. And that is it. See you later.